antes de Nochebuena. Obviamente mañana va a haber otro stream de Nochebuena. Pero no sé si tan tarde, pero sí, mañana sí va a haber otro streamcito. Ya no sé cómo quitar el hola de ahí. Lo puse por error aquella vez. Y vaya picha. Ya se acabó. Había algo que quería hacer, ¿no? Bueno, entonces creo que vamos directo a Spinadrama.
Should I save this one?
Es víspera de Navidad. Feliz víspera, amor. Feliz víspera. Aunque no me diste MVP de Navidad. Sorry. Es que me hubieras dicho antes para manquear.
Speed of light.
No me irá raro. So mira izquierda. Igual si quieres entrar a jugar, eres bienvenida. Ahorita voy a Espinadragón. Es que realmente no tengo, por lo que voy viendo ya no tengo encargos. Es que estoy hablando bajito, pero se escucha bien. Okidoki. Y entonces siempre te lavas la cara antes de dormir.
The situation here seems trickier than I thought.
De hecho, ahorita ya se activaron encargos.
Speed of light.
No, acá.
Oh, if only we had some help here.
Listo, ya me puse audífonos. Ahora sí, ¿qué haces? Ahorita quería ver si hago estos encargos una vez. Para seguir, pues no sé, subiendo de nivel. Y luego empezar la espina de dragón, sí. Así es. Así. Dicen que la waifu que salió ahí le quitó otra una mona. No lo sé, Rick. Alguien como yo, que tiene muy buenos gustos, dudo que le gane la mona. Tengo que verificarlo yo. Empieza la historia de qué opina. Ok. Roxas. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? No me asustes. Te amo. Ay, yo pensé que había pasado algo. Te amo mucho. Gracias por estar siempre ahí. No pasó nada, sorry. Te perdono. ¿Eh? Oh,
The situation
mira el
here seems
artefacto.
trickier
Sí, el artefacto, ¿qué es eso? No hay de qué. Sí me gusta más bien. Me gusta Lolita, en serio. ¿Verdad que sí? Me acuerdo que hace dos, 3 seasons la spameé como no tienes idea. Dios, a punto de quemarte de ella. Creo que aquella season en donde la spameé mucho. Pues fácil, fueron como 300 partidas. 300 partidas en rank con Lolita. Qué hueva. Qué hueva. Pero sí está divertida. Y esa skin es hermosa. Sí, de hecho es la única que tengo de ella. Y la compré. Cuando me había enamorado de Lolita. ¿Cuántas partidas tengo con Lolita en total? Tengo... No sé si ya tengo 500. Pero no, tengo como 400. 450, creo. No sé. Iba solo con... No. De hecho, la razón por la que la spameé era que iba en trío o de 5. Y la spameé porque confiaba en mi carry, pues. En el que iba de ADC o en el que fuera de jungle. Aunque en ese tiempo el meta era diferente. En ese entonces el ADC, como siempre iba a bot, lo primero que uno hacía era se agarraba el red, agarrarse el red y de ahí pues el que iba a mid pues simplemente se agarraba el blue y así. Entonces pues así yo confiaba en mi clean. Tu clean está poderosa. Bien, de hecho gracias a tu clean me inspiré. Sí, cuando tú entraste era así. Así es, bebé, así es. Pero mi clean eras tú, bebé. ¿Te acuerdas? ¿Te acuerdas que esa fue la primera partida, de hecho? La primera partida que jugué contigo, yo iba clean. Así empezó todo. Así empezó este romance XD. Y perdimos. Así es. Unos cracks. Por cierto, es... igual si sacó 3.0 con Bulla. Y va barato. Sí me acuerdo. Te soy sincero. Después de esas 2 partidas, o 3, no me acuerdo, me sentí así como raro. Así como que... no sé. Tal vez porque en ese entonces andaba medio tryhard. Y de haber perdido esas partidas, como que me hizo sentir así como triste, pues. Y por eso me fui. Después de las partidas ya no quise jugar. que quiere. Pero así empezó todo. Empezó todo. Sí, eso pensé. Perdiste, tiene sentido. Sí. No puedes hablar un poquito más duro. Me cuesta entender. Sorry. Ahí me escuchas. A ver, ¿me entiendes ahí? Es que no quiero que escuchen porque irónicamente saben que estoy hablando bajito. Una vez me escucharon y fue como de what the fuck. ¿Qué te iba a decir? ¿Puedo la escucha? El ítem este. ¿Se entiende igual? A ver, ¿me escuchas ahí bien? Es que mis audífonos son caca. Perdón. Es que sí me gustaría hablar un poquito más fuerte, pero no puedo. Ahorita me paso a la compu y se suena mejor. Okidoki, amor. A ver, bueno, si me escuchas ahí, este ítem, el que tengo ahorita señalado, ¿para quién sirve? ¿Para Chongyun? Pinche compu no prende. Es que creo que las demás veces estás en la computadora, ¿no? Porque las otras ocasiones así de bajito hablo y aún así si me entiendes. Entonces supongo que es eso. Listo, ya te oigo perfecto. ¿Sí? Nice. Ok. Ya para no hablar tan fuerte. Me escuchas bien, ¿verdad? Ni idea, se lo quería dejar a Ningún por mientras. Jeje. Es que Chongyun no lo estoy usando. O sea, de hecho sí es para Chongyun, pero no lo estoy usando ahorita. stats. Si le sirve a niño. Sí, más que nada por lo del daño y eso. Si lo quiero dejar. Y más porque ahorita no quiero andar cambiando chonguilla. O sea, no lo quiero estar usando. Entonces, así está bien. Para que mi igual esté más potente. Vamos a ver lo que hay para subirle. Está ya.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the
A lo
opportunity
mejor
while
esta
it's...
Iris me va a dar otra cosa. Ok, me voy a calentar. Modo horny. Y ahorita tengo como 1000 misiones. Oh, por lo de espina dragón. Y se abren más misiones.
The situation here seems trickier than I thought.
Tiene otras de mundo guardar. Más nuevas de espina de dragón. Ah, ok. Sí, es cierto. Las de las legendarias, no, yo no tengo ninguna de esas aquí. Porque necesito nivel 35, ¿no? Nivel 30, no recuerdo. Ah, ya mucho relleno. Para las legendarias ocupas llaves que consigues haciendo encargos diarios. ¿En serio? ¿Me dan llave? Mi momento ha llegado.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are!
Pareció bárbaro.
Choir practice is about to...
Oh my god. No puedo. No puedo. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Pareció bárbara. Oh my god. Hermana Rosaria.
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my
I mean...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not...
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people.
Wow.
Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really...
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that nun's...
I thought I heard something. Who are you?
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows...
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... Huh. So it's the honorary knight that saved us from Storm Terror. Well then, given your status, otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Paimon. Eres una crack.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm.
So, are you also...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never heard... I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks.
Tarde se carga
They should
Rosa.
show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Incoming! Hey!
Another test subject.
Nice and spicy. Really? Eat this!
Fry!
Oh my god. ¿Y cómo carajos tengo frío? Oh, ya, ya. Shit.
Booba, get them!
Submit!
Should.
Caléntame. Uf. Por calentar. ¿Será que dicen que le quitó otra mamona? Pues... quitárselo no, pero sí está... sí es muy... ¿cómo digo? Ardiente.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very
Bueno, a lo mejor
interesting.
a él no era más cervecero.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Oh my god.
Nice and spicy.
¿Por qué?
Submit! Incoming! Hey!
Todo está pegando a...
Give up! Come on, we can do it!
Parece muy...
Yes. This is it. Counterattack.
It's nothing. Your life is mine. Let's dance!
En fin. No me dejan en paz esos hijos de...
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Me estoy congelando el culo.
Seems like there's more to being a nun in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Oh. Esto me calienta. No se ve que el punto de teletransporte ayuda. Ay, como que ya me arrepentí de venir a esta zona. Siento que...
Right hand into the fire!
Fuck.
Give up!
Oh. Ah.
Don't blink! Cut to the chase!
Qué tremenda. Qué tremenda madriza.
Nice and spicy. You're toast!
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Out of the frying
Caliéntame.
pan, into the fire!
Caliéntame. Oh. Mierda, me estoy quemando. Pegan duro, ¿verdad? Bastante. Me muero de que esté sufriendo más madre. Cabrón. Descansé la comida. Sí, se me... Ah, necesito seguir las huellas que hice. What? Pero si ya no hay más huellas. qué pereza que te congeles. Me caga que lo hagan tan realista, porque hace que tengan que apurarme. Fuck. No, me va a congelar el culo, no. Shit. Espera, ahí fue, vaya.
Nice and spicy, right? Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Speed of the chase.
Buena animación, papá. Eso mismo me pasó con la cebolla. Valiendo picha. Dios mío, Ningguang. Dios mío, Shanding.
Let the show begin.
Ya una vez quiero activar esta wea para que no... What the fuck?
Your life is mine. Luba, get them. Incoming.
What the fuck, ya quiero con todos. Está buena la combinación de Shanding con Kechin. De ahí. Qué guay. ¿Quién se supone que debería estar? La estatua de los Seven. Yes. A lo mejor está arriba. Sí, no, solo dice que está arriba.
Speed of light. Hey.
No, que tengo que apurarme si no va a congelar el culo. Corre. Corre, Kechin. Corre, Kechin. Corre. Sí, está arriba. Corre, mierda, corre. Dios. No te congeles. Todavía no. Hasta que llegues. ¿Sabes? Me estoy congelando el culo. No. Llega, mierda. Corre. Fuck. Corre. Caliéntate ahí. Corre. Oh, no me jodas. ¿En serio? No.
After frying pan, into the fire.
Dale tú.
It's no.
¿Es en serio? Me voy a morir aquí. No. Shit. No. Otra vez. Ayuda. Me voy a morir. Por favor. No. Caliéntame. No. Hijo de puta. Ah, bueno. Shit. No, me estoy muriendo. Me morí. Fuck. No me jodas. Necesito calor. Oh mierda, ahora me estoy quemando. No, yo he escalado mientras se pone la pantalla blanca y me quita bien. Me cago en todo. A ver, ¿qué mierda puse esto mientras ninguno está muerto? Qué pendejo. Puta. Ahora tengo que... ¿Cómo activo esa mierda? Me cago en todo. No, espera. No era broma, me cago en todo. El calor. Oh Dios. Apagué. Apagué eso. Estúpido.
Nice and spicy.
Sí, es demandante esa zona. Sí. Ya me cago. Ya odio espina dragón. Sí. Oh my god, apagué otra vez. Shit. Puta madre. Ni siquiera estoy tan cerca, yo no sé. Apagó. Pendejadas.
Nice and spicy. I'll protect us.
What the fuck? Oh my god. No mames. ¿Cómo es que se apaga? Qué pendejada. Pendejadas, pendejadas, pendejadas. Dios mío.
Nice and spicy.
Ahora sí. Bueno. Regresemos a donde... ¿Dónde se supone que tengo esto? Vamos a seguir las huellas.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
Dios, yo estoy intentando ir a un TP. Ah, estás también en el espina dragón. Tengo que subir una montaña imposible. Pero nada es imposible para... ¿Para qué China?
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger?
Y bueno, estoy a punto de lograrlo.
Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Que me quedo pensando. Igual no salió casi nada en la historia.
Who are you?
Ahora salió en...
Why did you alarm them?
ahí en Diyue y de ahí fuera no hizo nada, pues. Quiero verla más en acción.
Thank the gods I'd already completed my
Y
sketch.
cuando esté a punto
Would
de
have been a
lograrlo,
shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
uy, qué frío. Y pum, me devuelve. ¿Qué pedo, compadre?
What's up with sketching hilly churros?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
Wow, look at the detail.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the code, in the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence.
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for
Puta
him?
madre.
Hey!
Esa Rosario sí es tremenda waifu.
What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
Es que yo creo que le compite a Mona, a la gente, la así, porque tiene un diseño interesante, tiene tremendas tablas y pues eso, más que nada, tiene diseño como de gótica.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came... Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think... forgive me. This must be confusing.
Whoa, you...
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than... For example, awakening life.
Pues sí.
Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no result. It's like you, in that it hails from another world, helping it to grow, to bloom.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assist-
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world, but you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here?
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Give up.
Esto no me calienta. ¿Qué supone que? Oh, eso me da calor. Dios mío, tengo frío. Yo creo que no ayuda por mover el paisaje frío. cuarzo. Puto frío, tengo frío. No me quiero mover.
Paimon has a question. After the seeds...
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be Still,
No! Paimon's got a brain! But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit,
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to... Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
Okay.
Fascinating. And this floating child is... connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force
Estúpido
connecting
Paimon,
you.
me da mucha risa. Pesqué a Paimon con una caña de pescar.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder,
Te amo,
did
Paimon.
Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Sí, me cae bien Paimon.
But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in our research, it seems that firstly, this mysterious elemental power. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to
Huh?
direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will...
It's not. Your life is mine.
Nice and spicy! Incoming!
With sword comes shadow.
Speed up!
It's nothing. Give up.
Race you!
Cut to the chase.
Great work. If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is... Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally...
Internal flow?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a... If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Joder, Paimon. Quisiera comerte.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
Queda perfecto para una carnita asada. Ufas.
And in the...
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. It's a type of ore known as star silver. But I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on... All going to plan. We should be able...
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Paimon, ¿por qué siempre dudas? Deberías confiar más en la gente.
Nice and spicy. Toast. Speed up.
Restore some shadow.
Incoming. Hey.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Estoy confiando. ¿Dónde quedó?
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
¿Te gusta el dedo? Pues se me hace irrelevante. Pero no me cae mal, de hecho me cae bien.
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
¿Te cae bien o mal?
Don't blink. Hey.
Sí, me cae normal.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment.
Whoa! Look at all the data.
No,
You
bueno.
got all these
Full
results
HD.
from one slime battle?
Full HD.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between... In that sense...
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler, if it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world...
It would. Apologies. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
Okay,
Remember to
mamón.
keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel
Pues,
unwell.
ya lo vi tan mamón. No sé, tal vez porque ando medio dormido. ¿Dónde está la poción? ¿Dónde está la poción? Pero no vamos de egocéntricos, sino
You've
que
got a
estaba
funny look on
mamando.
your face.
Pero no vamos de egocéntricos, sino que estaba mamando. Timaos. ¿Qué dicen mamón cuando alguien está mamando? No se ha equivocado o así. Es que yo mamón es cuando alguien es una persona que es mala persona, pues. Así que, pues, yo seguiré relacionando a mamón con eso, porque es raro.
You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drink some?
Diga, Paimon, a veces la veo y siento que está muy gorda. Se ve gorda. Todo por andar comiendo mucho.
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned,
¿Qué dices?
you're no different from anyone
No sé,
else in this world.
está gorda.
Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of... The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, You can ask people who've made the same, but a peculiar person. They don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life, for example. A human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine, or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your Timaeus. The results of the new experiment are out. If you could see—
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me. But starting with the premise of an elemental life form? Now that was...
Su diseño. Pues está bien. No es mal diseño, pero no destaca. No, bueno, más bien no es de mi interés. Pero no significa que por eso sea mal diseño. Eso no fue muy preciso por mi parte considerarte un animal.
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a
Is he trying to join the
Tenemos que
Knights?
cometer
He's
robo de
starting to
flores.
sound like a
¿Qué
sucker.
flores?
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need— If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Sintetizar. Uy, de hecho que tengo un fragmento verde que me servirá para subir a la carroza, pero... subiendo esa carroza. De hecho la mandé a minar ahora que recuerdo. XD. Pero es que, aunque me cuesta admitirlo, esa carroza sí es muy útil. Tiene muy buen CC. Es un pecado enviarla a minar. Pero que no tiene lugar en mi corazón. Vendí para pobres. Pero la verdad es que sí, o sea, ya he dado mis mamadas. Esa carroza sí es buena. Solamente no es mi tipo de persona, como no soy tan furro. Pues no sé, no me agrada. Bueno, sí tengo gustos medio furros, pero no sé.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Pero que todo está fuera. No, no sé si eso es un insulto o un halago, pero lo tomaré como que fue algo bueno.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the There may be significant difference. Take Tevat, for example. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. So, leaving elements to one side. I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
Paimon, usa esa grasa. Usa esa grasa para tumbar eso, por favor.
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation.
Hierro. Para mí está gorda. Está muy gorda Paimon. Necesito una dieta normal. No por andar comiendo un buen de miel y las cosas que dice.
I suppose that... Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat?
Cooking? Paimon was...
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. That does sound yummy, though.
Mira,
Okay,
Paimon
Paimon
tremenda
approves.
gorda.
Good buddies are always on the same page.
¿A poco somos mejores amigos?
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again.
That was fast.
Where does it get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
Sí son... No lo sé, Rick. No lo sé, Rick. Qué extraño. Tampoco yo lo aprendí.
That was fast.
Ah, no. ¿Qué me dijo que cocinar? Pescado salteado. Hijo de puta. ¿Cómo hago eso? Ah, ya. Ay, no mames. Me falta sal. Qué mamada. Fuck. ¿Cómo consigo sal? Qué mamada. No. Puta madre. Voy a tener que...
Incoming.
Luego ya me está dando un putero de frío.
In adventuring, as in business,
Nomás
you
hay que
always have to
comprar.
seize the opportunity
Bueno, sí,
while it's
pero
there.
yo quería hacerlo rápido.
Liu as Archon? Did something awful happen again?
The neighboring nation of Niue has the most prosperous commercial port
¿Cómo
in all
carajos
of
estimados?
Belt.
¿Cómo carajos estimados está aquí? El punto de teletransporte estaba más lejos. Muy agradecido con el de arriba.
Speed of light!
¿Cómo se llama? Pescado.
That was fast. That was fast. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of... As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents... Unless... Could it be that the natural...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food... And here's your portion. Enjoy.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go...
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle.
Y eso me agrada. Te amo, Paimon. Te amo.
If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you...
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sun. This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it.
Goodness, you managed to find them. I'm wondering, this elemental sight...
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of...
You mean we failed?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these... I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity is one of us. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then... Then I shouldn't get too excited. I know of a location that will be perfect for a...
Still in one piece! Good thing the vial's so strong.
What?
Your life is mine. Give up.
Adiós. Adiós. Okay.
Boba, get them! Add the frying pan into the fire! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide! Add the frying pan, you're toast! Cut to the chase! Submit! Let's dance! Don't blink! Come on, we can do it! Speed of light! Nowhere to hide! Add the frying pan into the fire! Don't blink! Got lucky that time.
que vamos, estoy curando a Changi. Quería curar a Kechi. Puta mierda. De verdad no sé cómo se llama Bárbara. Qué pereza. No, qué genial. Porque Bárbara y Cuyo es la mejor. Bárbara y Cuyo. ¿Cómo se podría congelar una diosa como Bárbara? Imposible. Aunque obviamente no voy a descartar que si me sale un mejor healer y la mando los minions a Bárbara. Sorry, not sorry. Pero por mientras sigue siendo la mejor. Ojo. Aquí sí. Más de por cada estatua, más que no pude. Y me resigné y mejor ya me fui a hacer.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will... I will factor the time expended and your top...
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the... Then if you would, please.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing, emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the other world. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able... The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to...
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you... I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. Gold, petrified trees... The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilly trails? Because you got to...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like sketches?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligent. Follow me.
It's nothing.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Let's dance!
Give up.
Speed up! Nowhere to hide. Don't blink! Hey! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Nowhere to hide. Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
termostático, así de suave. Pues creo que
I
sí
imagine you
podemos
must
ir,
have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be... As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you... A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
No, Sophie, me quieres pedir. A menos si te vas a morir así. Pero bueno.
Nice and spicy.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you. It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey! Explaining things is Paimon's job!
Don't waste my time.
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. There's still a lot to learn about them. Let me make a copy first.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for... Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to... Unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that no-
You!
I most certainly did not. And I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps, you were colluding from the
Listen, sister. Your guard's so high you can't even see over the top.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Monster.
so... What are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
Wait a...
But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things considered, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one...
Overtime.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
Speed of light.
Bueno, ahora sí, creo que te vas a destruir ahí. Ya, pues, como estás dormida así, pues descansa, que tengas un bonito sueño, o que yo tenga un bonito sueño, y te amo mucho, nunca lo olvides eso. Te amo de Dios, ya que me muero. XD. Descansa, bye. Y hasta mañana. Mañana va a ver aquí las postrimeras, a menos que ya veremos. Ya que es noche buena.